Alright, welcome back to Cobalt Black. So, Slyders just launched on Steam for 15 bucks, currently 20% off for 12. Now I've put a few hours into it. This is a first-person bullet hell roguelite where you play as a fox riding a supersonic battle turtle fighting demon armies in 15-minute runs. Let's talk about whether it's worth your money. So the core loop here is pretty straightforward. You've got 15 minutes to survive increasingly insane waves of demons. You start with basic attacks, but as you level up during the run, you unlock abilities, both passive and active. And I'm talking summoning a giant war elephant named Bernard to fight alongside you, deploying turrets, calling in airstrikes, that over-the-top stuff. By the way, Bernard slaps. You always go with Bernard. Anyways, between runs, there's meta progressions. You unlock new weapons, permanent upgrades, and equipment carries over. So a failed run is still making you stronger for the next attempt. What works really well here is the build variety. Every run feels different depending on what abilities you prioritize. Do you go all in on summons and turn it into kind of a pet build? Do you stack turrets everywhere? Focus on weapon damage? There's a lot of experimentation here, and that's where the replayability comes from. The 15-minute run length is perfect for this type of game. You can knock out a few runs in an hour, and it never feels like you're committing to something massive. When you die, you're not losing 2 hours of progress. You're immediately thinking, okay, one more run, but with a different build this time. The intensity ramps up fast. By the 10-minute mark, your screen is just filled with projectiles and enemies coming from every direction. So if you're into that serious Sam or arena shooter vibe, where you're constantly moving and dodging, this nails that feeling in a roguelite format. Now, the issues. This is a solo dev project, and you can feel it in some of the polish. The UI could use a little work, and the early game pacing drags before things get chaotic. The difficulty spikes can be brutal. If you're not used to bullet hell games or arena shooters, this might be too much. There's no difficulty settings right now, so you're either in or you're out. It might look like there are difficulty settings because each map can be played on a different difficulty. However, in order to unlock the next map, you have to beat the previous map on multiple of its difficulties. So these difficulty settings really just factor into progression, right? You simply have to go through all of them anyways. Also, full transparency. The developer disclosed that some of the art assets, mainly the perk icons and the character art, were made with AI. If that's something you care about, that's worth knowing going in. Now for the big question. Is the depth real, or is this just a dopamine slot machine that gets boring after 5 hours? I'd say it leans towards having actual depth. The meta progression isn't just stat increases. You're unlocking entirely new playstyles through different runes and equipment combinations. The challenge is figuring out which abilities synergize, and there's enough here to keep me coming back. That said, I can see the ceiling. Once you've unlocked everything and figured out the optimal builds, I don't know if there's 50 plus hours here, maybe 15 to 20 hours to see most of what it has to offer, which honestly, for 12 bucks, is not that bad. Let me be real about my experience. I'm not great at this game yet. I've died plenty of times because I made a bad ability choice or got overwhelmed. The game doesn't hold your hand. You've got to learn through failure what works and what doesn't. For example, I tried going all in on active abilities in a run, and I just couldn't manage the cooldowns while dodging everything, all the chaos. I switched to a more passive summon build, and that felt way better for my playstyle. Your mileage will vary, but expect to experiment. Who is this game for? If you love bullet hell shooters, arena FPS games, or roguelites with build variety, this is absolutely worth checking out. The 15-minute runs, the over-the-top abilities, the constant escalation, it all clicks together. If you prefer slower, more tactical shooters, or visual chaos stresses you out, this probably isn't your game. And if you need everything to be super polished, this might frustrate you since it's still a little rough around some of the edges. Alright, bottom line, would I buy Slyders for $12? Yeah, I would. It's got that one more run hook, the build variety keeps it interesting, and 15 to 20 hours of entertainment for 12 bucks, to me, is a solid deal. It scratches the chaotic arena shooter itch in a roguelite format, and I'm genuinely enjoying my time with it. The polish issues and the limited long-term progression depth make me think that for some people, this is better as an $8 or $9 pickup. It goes on sale for 30 to 40% off, definitely grab it. At that price, it is absolutely worth it. That's Slyders. Currently sitting at a 96% positive reviews on Steam, so clearly people are really vibing with it. If you pick it up, let me know what you think in the comments, especially if you find any broken build combinations, because I'm still kind of figuring that out. Link to the Steam page is in the description. If this review helped you make a decision, thumbs up and a sub are very much so appreciated. And as always with my reviews, there's a link on screen right now, in the description, and in a pinned comment to my first impressions Let's Play if you want to see some more in-depth gameplay. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Peace out.